Let's talk about different types of angles. There are three main types. First, we have acute angles that are less than 90 degrees, obtuse angles, which are greater than 90 degrees, and right angles that are equal to 90 degrees. I remember this because cute things are usually tiny little things like cute baby animals, and acute angles are less than 90 degrees. Another way to help us remember is to do a paper folding, and you can do this along with me. Just take any piece of paper, computer paper, notebook paper, and fold it in half, hamburger style. Then take the left-hand edge and fold it inward to the middle, just a straight fold. Take the right corner and fold it down. When you unfold your paper, you'll have all the different types of angles. From that left-hand fold you did that was straight, that makes a 90-degree right angle. From your corner fold on the right, you have an acute angle and an obtuse angle. And then we also can remember that a straight angle is 180 degrees, or we call that a line. A line is 180 degrees. Now we're used to seeing our angles written as things like 30.5 degrees. We also can talk about them instead of having points as minutes and seconds. A degree has 60 minutes in it, just like an hour, and a minute has 60 seconds. So we might see something written like this: 29 degrees, 47 minutes, and 13 seconds. It's just a way to talk about and display degrees. We're doing parts of one. So the 47 minutes and 13 seconds is part of a degree, but not a whole one. We need to be able to go back and forth. So say I had 8.42 degrees, but I wanted to write it in minutes and seconds. I only care about the decimal place. The 8 is still going to stay 8 degrees. So I'm going to take this 0.42 and I'll multiply it by 60 because there are 60 minutes in a degree. That gives me 25.2. Again, the 25 I don't care about. I only care about the decimal. The 25 is going to be minutes. So I'm going to take my decimal again. So it's 0.2 or 2/10 times 60 because there are 60 seconds in a minute. And that gives me 12 minutes. So I get an answer of 8 degrees, 25 minutes, and 12 seconds. So 8.42 degrees is the same thing as 8 degrees, 25 minutes, and 12 seconds. Now sometimes when I'm multiplying by my minutes, this first times 60, I might get an answer that doesn't have a decimal. So if I came out to exactly 25, I could stop. I don't necessarily have to go on to my seconds. We also can add and subtract degrees. So I can add angles together or subtract them. And this goes back to the idea of our different bases we saw in Math 201. This time our bases are going to be off of 60 because there's 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in a degree. Remember, we can borrow, carry, and regroup when we're doing this. So here's our problem. 29 degrees, 47 minutes, and 13 seconds, plus 34 degrees, 20 minutes, and 50 seconds. I'm going to set this up in a traditional column style. And I'm going to add from my right to left, my smallest place value to my largest. So I'm going to add my seconds together. 13 plus 50 gives me 63. But I'm not going to leave it as 63 seconds because I know that 63 seconds is the same thing as 1 minute. Notice I carried my 1 minute and 3 seconds. Again, 63 seconds is the same thing as 1 minute and 3 seconds. That's what the subtracting 60 does. So I'm going to take 60 of those seconds and turn them into this minute. Now I've got 1 minute plus 47 minutes plus 20 minutes. That gives me 68 minutes. Again, 68 minutes, we don't want to say that. If we were real life, we would say that was 1 hour and 8 minutes. Since we're in degrees, I'm going to say that that's 1 degree and 8 minutes. So again, I'm doing that carrying or regrouping. If you don't understand what I'm doing, the subtracting 60 is just telling me that's how much I'm going to be left with when I regroup. and I'm subtracting 60 because we're in base 60, 60 seconds in an hour. My last place value can be anything. 1 plus 29 plus 34 gives me 64, and it can be as big as I want. So I get my final answer of 64 degrees, 8 minutes, and 3 seconds. We're going to take the same concept and apply it to subtraction now. So I'm going to have 30 degrees, 40 minutes, 23 seconds, minus 20 degrees, 55 minutes, and 50 seconds. We're again going to have to worry about borrowing, or sometimes called regrouping. I'm going to set it up traditional column style. I'm going to go to my seconds, which is my smallest place value. I can't do 23 minus 50. That gives me a negative number. I can't take away 50 things if I only have 23. So I'm going to borrow from my minutes from 40. So instead of 40 minutes, I'm only going to have 39 minutes. So I took a minute away and gave it to the seconds. And remember, 1 minute is 60 seconds. So when I brought it over here to the seconds place, I had to add 60. The 1 minute became 60 seconds. So I had 23, I added 60 more to get 83. And now I can subtract. 83 minus 50 is 33. This brings me to my minutes. I have 39 minutes minus 55. I can't subtract that. I would get a negative answer. So I'm going to do another borrowing. This time I'm borrowing from the degrees. I'm taking 1 degree away from 30 to give me 29. And remember, there are 60 minutes in 1 degree. So when I go to put that degree in my minutes column, I have to treat it like 60. There were 39. I just added 60 more minutes, or 1 degree, to give me 99. 99 minus 55 is 44. And now, in my last place, I'm going to have 29 minus 20 to give me 9 degrees. I shouldn't have to worry about regrouping or borrowing in my degrees place. So I get my final answer of 9 degrees, 44 minutes, and 33 seconds.